The Warriors made some fucking crazy shots today. I know there's some situations where the offense broke down, the defense broke down, but I really think overall we were pretty good. It's just we ran into the 14-12 Warriors. Chua to the rim, no good, and the Warriors will close it out 119-104. Let's get into the post-game show here. So the Warriors absolutely ball out against the Raptors tonight. I mean, it was a game we went in. You could not have gone into this game expecting the Toronto Raptors to come away with the win, really. You kind of just had to hope. There was no expectation really going in. The Warriors show the gulf in class between these teams. This is the team with aspirations of winning a championship, and the Warriors, they're 15-2. And this is the Raptors, who are kind of treading water here, wondering really what their reality is going to be this season. Are they going to be a playoff team? Are they going to be a tanking team? Are they going to be a playing team? And we're still trying to figure out what this team is capable of, now at 8-10 on the season. But we lose this one 119-104. And I honestly, I think there's a lot of positives to take away from this game. I think eye test, just watching the entire game, I really felt like the Raptors played fine. I think offensively we struggled a little bit. I think field goal percentages, we struggled a little bit. Defensively, we allowed a lot of points, but the defense looked okay. The defense looked fine. We were closing out on a lot of shooting opportunities. We were making life difficult for the Warriors. They shot outrageously. They shot almost 50% from the field. They shot almost 50% from three. They were hitting some crazy shots. They hit 22 3-pointers tonight out of 45 attempts. That's just crazy. That is just crazy. Rebound battles even. They turned the ball over 6 more times than we did. But sometimes, you know, I say this a lot, where the Raptors, they are prone to being a team that just allows the other team to shoot exceptionally well. And it's, you think like, okay, well, you know, it's just a night where the other team shot lights out. But for the Raptors, I always say, like, hey, it can't happen every game. You can't use that excuse every game if that happens every game. But in this situation, it was one of those games where the opposition shot lights out, and it was a great team who had a great game, and some individual performances by that team were the difference. Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins were unbelievable. Jordan Poole was 8 for 11 from 3, was 33 points, 10 for 13 from the field. Like, what the fuck? He was 8 for 11 from the field. Andrew Wiggins was 6 for 8 from 3, was 32 points. I said before the game that one of the keys to the game is going to be shut down Curry, let somebody else beat you if that's going to happen. Well, that happened with Wiggins and Poole, because Curry was 2 for 10 from the field with 12 points. He was 1 for 6 from 3. The Warriors hit 22 threes, and Curry only contributed one of those threes. That tally. Draymond Green had 4 points, and it was just like, I mean, and Otto Porter was 5 for 9 from 3. I mean, what do you really want me to say about this game? You know what I mean? What do you really want me to say about this game? The Warriors were lights out. They're a good team. They showed it tonight. If we want to go to individual performances, like, I dare you to blame Pascal Siakam. What are you going to blame this time? Because Siakam, you guys asked. Now, hang on. Because after Siakam put up 32 against the Kings, a lot of you out there asked, he can't do it against good teams. Well, Siakam just did it against the best defensive team in the NBA. 21 points, his average, on 50% shooting from the field. 3 for 6 from 3 as well. Free throws weren't great, but you wanted Siakam to show up against a good team. Here it is. He didn't get any help. Gary Trent was 3 for 16. Van Vliet was 6 for 18. Scotty Barnes was 3 for 11. Kem Birch, 3 for 7. The bench, Chua was good. Boucher was good again. But other than that, I mean, not much coming from the bench. So Siakam did it. We just played against the Warriors, and Siakam didn't get enough help from the other starters on this team. Only 34 minutes of work as well for Pascal Siakam. So definitely not Pascal Siakam. So what are we going to blame this time? If there is a scapegoat, I mean, the only thing is the Warriors were excellent in this game. The Warriors were absolutely excellent. This team is insane. This team is dangerous. And Klay Thompson isn't even back from injury yet. So when Klay Thompson's back. He'll probably take Jordan Poole's starting spot. You'll have Jordan Poole really battling for sixth man of the year if Klay Thompson comes back early enough for Jordan Poole to get those bench minutes. We played away at Golden State. They're a good home team, and they showed how good they are. That's just a reality. You got to hold your hands up sometimes. This was a game where I can take away a lot of positives. I've been saying in this kind of tough stretch the Raptors are in that the concerning part about this stretch is that even when we're losing, we're not playing well. Well, I think this was a game where we did a lot of the right things. A lot of our shots weren't falling. I wouldn't call that unlucky. I mean, there was a lot of great opportunities for players like Scotty Barnes to hit shots. We just had a rough night for some shoots from individual players offensively. We moved the ball well. We freed up a lot of shooting opportunities, but the Warriors showed how good they were defensively and offensively. The closeouts, I think that there were a few that we can pinpoint from the Raptors that it was just bad. We allowed some open threes. I mean, Jordan Poole, he shot 11 threes. At some point, are you going to be like, okay, he's not shooting against us anymore? But we put a lot of the focus on Curry and made other players beat us. That's the reality. That's the way the Raptors are going to go. I think that's a good way of playing defense. It just didn't quite happen today defensively for us in terms of we stopped Curry, but the other guys were shooting to make up for his lack of an effect in the points tally. So the Raptors, I think the biggest thing from this game is going to be the Raptors this season coming into tonight had lost 9 games. And in those 9 games were 3 different 3-game losing streaks. So we play against the Grizzlies, I believe it is on Wednesday. How are you going to bounce back? How are you going to use this to fuel you for that game? You got 2 full nights off. Use that to fuel you and go and not just submit to losing. No more losing streaks here. Go get the job done in this game. Get up to 9 and 10. Bounce back from this game, because I think there's a lot of things you can look back upon this game and think there were some positives. Because Siakam individually was great. I thought the bench was great. We dug ourselves a big hole early. We were down 27-9 in the first quarter. We did a great job. We fought back to make it like a 9-point game, I think on 3 different occasions. But when the Warriors needed big shots, they got them from a variety of different sources today. Our bench was all positive today. They were all positive in the plus minus category. Our starters, definitely not in the positive. They're very high in the negatives here. But the bench, they came in, they got us back into the game. They provided us a bit of a spark. They provided us some help when we needed it. That's 2 games in a row. There are things that we can do to take away from this one. Not free throw percentage, because we were 11 for 20 from the line. Scotty Barnes didn't help that by being 2 for 7 on his own. Neither did Siakam, 2 for 5. But there are positives to take away. Don't freak out. Like, this is one. It's the Warriors. They're 15-2. They're 9-1 at home. Games like this are going to happen when there's just a definitive golfing class. There is just a definitive golfing class here. The Warriors are a better team. You got to be realistic about how good the Raptors team is. We're under 500. We did what we could here, but the Warriors just showed how much better they are and how much further this Raptors team does need to go before they are truly in contention to win some big awards, some big team awards in the NBA. So that's the reality, but that's it. Not much else to say. We'll bounce back. We got a good video coming out this week. Tomorrow, we're going to post the highlights from the cooking stream I did a couple weeks ago. Adam forgot yesterday, so he's going to do that for tomorrow. And make sure you like and subscribe, because we do a post-game show for every single Raptors game on this channel. And if you want to just watch them live, you don't need to watch it on YouTube. Come to the watch parties and watch it live. Watch me react to the game live, interact with you live. Twitch.tv/AmateurSports. Every single Raptors game. Make sure you're there for the next one. Link is in the description for that as well. Let's get this video to 50 likes, and we'll see you again next time for another post-game show or any highlight that we have.